The Silver Fox Bride. Long ago, in a remote mountain village nestled between whispering pines and snow-covered cliffs, there lived a humble hunter named Kenji. Kenji was known far and wide for his keen eye, swift feet, and most of all, his kindness. Though he lived alone in a modest wooden hut at the forest's edge, the villagers often said his heart was warmer than a hearth in winter. Every day, Kenji ventured into the forest, bringing back enough food for himself and often for the elders who could no longer hunt. He never took more than he needed and always offered a prayer of thanks to the forest spirits. One winter, the snow came earlier and harder than ever before. Game grew scarce, and many hunters returned empty-handed. One evening, as the snow fell in heavy silence, Kenji wandered deeper into the woods than he had ever gone. As twilight wrapped the world in violet shadows, he heard a strange, melodic cry echoing through the trees. Following the sound, he found a beautiful silver fox caught in an iron trap. Her fur shimmered like moonlight, and her eyes were as deep and sad as the sky before a storm. Without hesitation, Kenji knelt and freed her. The fox whimpered, licking his hand before darting into the dark. The next morning, Kenji awoke to the scent of warm soup. He stumbled out of his hut and found a young woman with long silver hair stirring a pot over his fire. Her eyes mirrored the silver fox's, wise and mysterious. "You saved me," she said softly, "and I have come to repay your kindness." Kenji was startled but did not sense danger. The woman, who called herself Yuki, was gentle, graceful, and knew the ways of the woods even better than he. As days passed, she became a part of his life, helping gather food, tend to wounds, and care for the old. Love blossomed quietly between them, like snowflakes gathering on pine boughs. Winter turned to spring, and Kenji and Yuki were married under a flowering plum tree. The entire village celebrated, enchanted by the silver-haired bride. They lived in joy, and Kenji's once lonely home now sang with laughter. But not all were pleased. Deep within the mountain, the spirit of the north wind, who once ruled the forest untamed, watched with envy. Yuki, a fox spirit, had broken a sacred law. She had taken human form and fallen in love. The spirit summoned a storm to claim her. One evening, as Yuki and Kenji sat beside their fire, a bitter wind howled against the door. Yuki turned pale. "He knows," she whispered. "I must go, or he will destroy you." Kenji refused to let her go. "We will face him together." That night, the north wind came like a blizzard given breath. Trees bent and the sky roared. Yuki stepped outside, her silver hair whipping like flame. "You do not own love," she cried. "You rule the wild, but not the heart." The spirit laughed, a sound like ice shattering. "You forget your place, fox." But Kenji stepped beside her, bow drawn. "And you forget yours." Moved by their courage, the forest spirits, deer, wolves, even owls, emerged and stood beside them. The spirit, seeing the forest united, raged one last time, then vanished into the snow. Yuki collapsed, her power spent. "If I stay, I must become fully human. I will lose my magic." Kenji held her tightly. "Then let us grow old together." And so Yuki chose love over eternity. Her silver hair faded to black, her fox eyes softened. They lived a long, peaceful life. Legends say their descendants still live in that mountain village, kind-hearted and brave, with eyes that shimmer silver under the moonlight. And sometimes, when the snow falls just right, a silver fox can be seen watching over the village, her eyes full of love.